Hello, my name is Ryan Smith, and today I'm going to talk about 3 key things to know when working with executive recruiters: the different types of executive recruiters, how an executive search process works, and important steps you can take to build effective relationships with recruiters. First, it is critical to know that executive recruiters or search firms are not all the same. There are essentially 3 types of executive recruiters: retained, contingency, and in-house experienced talent hiring staff. It is important to understand the type of recruiter, as each are incentivized and motivated in different ways. A retained recruiter operates more through an exclusive contract where they are paid to run the search process more generally, which can include marketing the opportunity, screening candidates, running an assessment center evaluation, interviewing, and other logistics. A contingency recruiter typically operates more as an independent broker and is ordinarily only paid when a candidate they directly refer is hired. An in-house recruiter is a full-time employee or contractor within the hiring company, which means they are most often paid through a salary as part of their overall role assignment. You may be thinking, why does this matter? The major difference stems from how each recruiter is incentivized. For example, the retained search recruiter is engaged through an exclusive contract, so they are driven to meet very select and distinct parameters defined by their client. The retained recruiter can be harder to reach as they are more focused immediately to the select opportunities where they have been contracted. Given the exclusive nature of their work, retained recruiters have less incentive to connect with anyone not matching the immediate search criteria. A contingency recruiter may be easier to reach given they have more incentive to look at a broader range of candidates. Yet any candidate coming through a contingency firm will also have a fee associated with their candidacy that the company would need to be willing to pay. That's why it's important to understand who you are being marketed to and make sure it's not conflicting with your own networking efforts. For instance, if you have already built a relationship with an in-house company contact, it may be detrimental if you then approach the company through a contingency recruiter, especially if the company does not have a relationship with them or is not willing to pay the fee. Speaking of networking, the best way to make a connection with a recruiter is through a referral from someone who has successfully worked with them. If you are planning to build relationships with any executive recruiters, keep in mind that their primary client is the company with hiring needs. Ultimately, the immediacy of their current search activity and reciprocity rules the day. In other words, it's best to dig your well before you're thirsty by researching recruiters who have expertise in your industry and utilizing resources like industry lists of top executive search firms or the Association of Executive Search Consultants and Blue Steps. Then you can build rapport with key contacts before you are in the market and share referrals where possible that help with their current search activity. The proactive gesture will build goodwill and develop a foundation of trust to set a course for longer-term reciprocal relationships that can later pay dividends when you have a need for information, connection, or advocacy into an open role. Thank you for joining today. We wish you continued success in your career development initiatives. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your CMC team.